Yo, it's the takeover, takeover, takeover. It's the takeover, takeover, takeover. Yo, Tits, what are you feeling about this thing? Like, 400 million quid from some man who's like an executive with QPR wants to take us over for like 400 million quid, dog. And then you got GSP, you got like Gold Sullivan and Brady saying like, oh well, they have to take the club in the right direction. Well, have they taken us in the right direction? No, Moy took us in the right direction with his backroom staff. They didn't do bugger all.
You know what? I haven't read anything, so I'm on here and you're gonna school me. What I would say is, regardless of, I don't know, our thoughts or opinions on the current board, we are in the Europa League. You understand? So I think when you bring in Manuel Pellegrini, that's the aim. Obviously, Champions League is like the next level, but I'm saying, like, regardless of our opinions and the money they've lost on people like Hilaire and the money they haven't spent on whoever, we are in the Europa League and we was only 2 points off the Champions League. So we have to give them some credit where credit's due. But yeah, I'm waiting on you to explain this takeover to me, because I'm just learning now.
But is it the credit where credit's due, or is it like Moy doing the job that where he came through? You know what I mean? Like,
all right. So if it's that, who brought Moyes in? They did. So they understand what I'm saying to you. Somewhere along the line, they have to get some credit. They hired Moyes. They were the ones that rehired Moyes. So that was obviously a great decision or a good decision. And they didn't let pride get in the way. They released him. They made a mistake, and then they've had to eat humble pie and go back and get him. So some people, you know what I'm saying, they cut off their nose to spite their face, and they wouldn't go back and get Moyes. So like I said, they deserve credit somewhere along the line.
I don't know though, because it's like I don't know. It's like it's almost like they had to like eat the humble pie and take it Moyes like back in, and I was one of the supporters that was like, oh, no, not Moyes again. But he proved me wrong. He proved a lot of us wrong. It's weird because you could have a takeover where a next man gets in charge of the club, but you don't know what type of can of worms you're opening up. It could be like a rotten can of worms. It could be a good can of worms still, but it's like, you don't know. So I kind of hear what you're saying, but I kind of don't hear what you're saying. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm all mismatched, man. I'm all mismatched. Like, would a takeover be a good thing, or would it be a bad thing? Like,
before I answer that, you can read the comments.
Yes, Gaza. Yes, Gaza. Yeah, what are you saying, Gaza? What did you say?
Oh my gosh!
Oh no! See,
wow.
Now, man just have to like ruin things, like now, man just have to ruin things, like how you mean?
Why is my? Do I need to? Hang on, let me see. I'm like not full screen, am I? Is this better? Does that work? Hey, there we go.
I don't know if it's better because I can see you more.
No, I don't think it's better either. I think the last one was better, dog.
No. Yeah, that's better. Franco, my man, where you been, man?
Oh my gosh, I've been all over the place, and then I'm like, I'm with you in this heat, but Titch, I can't handle it. Honestly,
no, I can't.
I have never missed a person more than I missed the air conditioning in my house in Texas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know why this country doesn't believe in air conditioning. It's stupid.
Yo, Brethren, Franco, ask Titch about like ask Titch about like his upstairs room. He says like when it's 23 degrees, it goes to like 43 degrees in his upstairs room.
All right, so yeah, the top of my house is like a whole nother climate to the rest of the house, and I'll have the fan on, and the fan is registering like 36, 37 degrees Fahrenheit, which I don't know what that is in Celsius. Like 100. Yeah, sorry. So that's like in Fahrenheit, that's like, I don't know, like basically 100 degrees.
I know. I have an upstairs in this house as well. When we first moved into this house, this is not to do with West Ham at all, I'm sorry.
Random.
It is random.
That's all good,
When we first moved in, I'm like, oh, there's an upstairs bedroom all on its own. I definitely want that bedroom.
Yeah.
Worst decision I ever made in my life.
So Gary said
you wanted the attic, and you got like the heat attic. Like, trust me, the attic has always been my favorite room. All my life, the attic has always been my favorite room. Like top drawers, always been my favorite room. But it is the hottest room in the country, dog. Like, I ain't even playing with you.
what's this? Beardy bass guy. That haircut is a close second. He's talking to who's talking to?
He's one of my mates, James. My haircut I haven't had my haircut since I got home. I just haven't had time. I've been so busy. But yeah, they're right. Gary is very right. I don't believe the takeover news for a second.
It's not
look, we know what it's like. They've been our owners for long enough. No one should be surprised that we haven't signed anyone. No one should be surprised that we're losing out to players. Like, it literally happens every single transfer window. We know that come the end of the transfer window, we will definitely sign a couple of players. But you know that the wheeling and dealing is happening. I still think we'll probably get Lingard. It's a whole big game of, we're not going to pay more than 5 million for him. And Man United saying, well, we're not going to sell him for less than 30 million. And by deadline day, they'll find a spot in the middle. Because everyone knows Lingard isn't going to get into the Man United team.
No, especially with Sancho coming in, Franco, and like Pogba having a worldie of a Europe Cup. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. And if another team comes in for him, the owner, and here's what happens. What we want to happen is another team to come in for him, because then our owners will just match that offer, and then we'll get it. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it is totally true. But the way that they run this club, I remember hearing, I don't know if I've ever shared this story, but they run the club like a market stall. I remember someone telling me that
well said.
Mark Noble had to go to him because in the dressing room, I think in the London Stadium or in their training ground, there was literally only one stall, like one toilet. And Mark Noble had to go to the owners and say, look, can we have a toilet in there? Because there's only one.
That's ridiculous.
And this is the thing. They take the piss. They always have, and they always will.
And you know what? They take the piss in the toilet stall that they don't flip in half, dog. And like what Gaza said right there, I'd like to see Pereira come in. I'd love to see Pereira come in. I think Pereira would be like a new, fresh set of legs, dog. Honestly, I think he'd be magic, man.
Yeah. And he had a good season. He had a good season with West Brom as well, man.
Oh, not many. He had a better season than Diangana. And we were sad to see him go. And like Pereira just set the pitch alight, man.
But ask yourself this. When was the last time that West Ham managed to get hold of a player who did well and was wanted by other teams?
Well, we got a couple of them now, don't we?
We don't get those players.
I know, but we got
wanted by other teams who have owners that West Brom is. I mean, the only good thing in our favour is that we've done a bit of business with West Brom, giving them Diangana. Maybe there's good relationships, but I would guess that our owners do not have very good relationships with the other owners because of the way they do business.
I agree with that. Franco, I don't think they're good businessmen. I really don't. Like, I don't think they're good businessmen whatsoever. Like, I think they leave a bad taste in other people's mouths, man. Honestly, like,
Andy Miles is in the building.
Hey, sorry to interrupt you, lot.
No, go on.
Cal said Ryan Fredericks probably had a better season than Diangana. I don't want to miss out on people's comments, so I might. What do you lot think about that? And good morning.
I agree,
Andy.
Diangana had I mean, he didn't do well, but
he didn't do nothing. Who's the other boy? Franco, who's the other boy? Ngakia. What did he do? Like, honestly, he got relegated.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't pay attention to the championship.
until we get relegated.
But Gary's right. I mean, the owners. You're right. The owners do. It's so weird because the owners, they really try so hard to PR the crap out of themselves. Like, they want to be liked by the fans, but they refuse to do what it takes to be liked by the fans.
Yep.
So it's like a catch-22.
Yeah. And you know what? I heard, Doc. Honestly, you know what I heard? Like in the grapevine?
What?
Mousie's in the building. Mousie's in the building. Rah, rah, rah. Chicka, 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 la, la, la.
I thought you were about to drop an exclusive. I thought you were about to drop an exclusive, not something that the rest of us were talking about 5 minutes ago.
Hey, Peach.
Yo.
So, what's these transfers that you've got to speak about? Potential.
Come again?
What's these transfers that you were telling me about?
So we're after some center back from Barcelona.
Lenglet.
Who got sold? Yeah, he got sold from Sevilla. How do you say it? To like Barcelona for like 39 million. Now he's worth 27 million. He's a center back, left-footed, so he can play center back and left back. And yeah, apparently we're after him, man.
Surely
we're after him.
Franco, what do you reckon? Can we get a Barcelona centre back at West Ham?
Absolutely.
Imagine, dog. Like,
imagine if we get Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, are we just talking about players that we've got no chance of getting?
Shut up.
I mean, come on, Peach. Come up with something believable, man.
No, but it's real talk.
Something believable.
It's real
Morning,
talk. It's in the press, dog. It's like him. He's in the press. Pereira's in the press. Some South American.
Sigurdsson's in the press.
Oh, Sigurdsson. Oh.
No, he is in the press, but.
So Lenglet is not going to happen, huh, Franco?
I think there's more chance of us signing Sigurdsson from a prison cell.
Did you hear about? I went to the Dunya the other day. Yesterday. The grocery store. It's the Dunya equals like where people meet.
You know, in Australia, the dunny is a toilet. Every time you say Dunya, I think you're talking about going to the toilets.
Okay, so I went to the dummy the other day, but it's really the Dunya. I went there the other day, and the Tottenham Hotspur supporter was there, and I don't know. He was like, "Yo, did you hear about Sigurdsson?" I was like, "What about Sigurdsson?" He was like, "He's diddling." I was like, "What do you mean?" And then he's like, "Yeah, like young kid things." And I was like, "Whoa, I didn't hear that, dog." Like,
I mean, apparently it was just I mean, Peach, I've seen that you've been texting some 13-year-olds as well. So, I mean, I've seen the messages with my own eyes. It's a true story.
Yeah, the only 13-year-old I text is JAK to the E, dog.
Still a 13-year-old.
That's what I'm saying, dog. That's the only I ain't texting no 13-year-old girls, dog. Trust me, man. I ain't no ways there.
Like Cal says, you know what? Innocent till proven guilty.
I like that. Till proving guilty.
Oh, brilliant.
Hey, Franco, what do you think about the new kits, man?
I actually do like the I think I like them. Is the away kit out yet?
Yeah, the away kit looks like Argentina's kit.
Is it out yet?
I don't know. I've seen Sufal.
Next week I'm gonna go to the club shop. So
yeah,
I'm gonna.
No, I've seen Sufal sporting it, and there was some other players sporting it, and there's like a big white thing where the Bentley thing is, and then like it's all like sky blue and like white.
I mean, I'd like to see it. So Andy Miles, I wanted to ask you, so I watched the West Ham sent a team to the Dallas Cup a couple of years ago. There was a young striker, Kai Corbett, ponytail. Was he playing in that game? Is he still in the under-18s?
Yes. I read about him the other day. Yes.
He's a good lad, although he didn't appreciate, because he had a bit of a man bun, We kept referring to him as a young Andy Carroll, and he didn't love that comparison. He didn't love the comparison.
How is David Martin being signed again, please? Can you read this comment?
No. Okay.
No.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay, listen, don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. The website probably hasn't been updated. We're talking about West Ham.
Look on the West Ham United site, only 14 players listed in the first team squad. No Lanzini, Fredericks, Randolph. I think he meant Randolph.
Oh, he has signed an extension. You know what? Well, listen, he's a backup keeper.
No.
He's a training goalkeeper, though.
He's a training goalie at best.
Yeah, but we just loaned out one of the other young keepers to someone for a year, right? Anang. So he's gone on loan for a season.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, Frankel. So let's say, hypothetically, Fabianski, Randolph, Areola. Where does Martin fit into it? And is that not just wasting money because he's clearly getting paid? Like what?
Yeah, but he's not getting paid much. In a scheme of things, he's not earning a lot of money, and most clubs have 4 keepers on their books. You've got to also think we ain't got Areola over the line yet. Fabianski's injury record is terrible. Randolph isn't that, like, he gets injured as well. We had many times. That's why we signed Roberto and had to play that joke of a player. And you know what? At least with Martin, you've got a West Ham boy who cares about the club. The fans like him because, you know, we appreciate the fact that at least he gives a shit. We could get a mercenary in on a season-long loan who's 36 years old from Argentina, just trying to stay in the country for a bit longer. Who's better? You know, like, I'd rather have David Martin who actually cares.
You know what? You just said.
But I want Areola, though, dog. I think Areola is so...
I would like him as well.
Areola is tidy, man. Like I think it was somebody. I don't know if it was Titch or it was yourself, but I think it was you, Franco, that you said, like, Fabianski will start the season, but Areola will finish the season.
Yeah, if we sign him, I'm pretty convinced that'll happen. Titch, what do you think?
Yeah.
I just think that Fabianski overall has done fantastic for West Ham, but obviously they are looking to upgrade. So I think, they would just do it gradually, you know, like just sort of phase him out rather than just bring Areola straight in, because that would upset harmony. I think Areola would play in Europe just to sort of get him up to speed with our team, and the plan would be to sort of just switch roles, basically, I think.
Yeah.
Franco, your book's behind you.
To be fair, this is like the study at my parents' house. It's the only room where the Wi-Fi actually works. So these books are all from like the 1940s.
And you read all of those books, didn't you, dog? Like just take one out. Take one out. Take one book out, dog.
Most of them, they're encyclopedias, for crying out loud.
I love encyclopedias. That's like a wealth of knowledge before the internet.
We've got the internet now. Things are redundant. They're a waste of space.
Yo, brethren, back in the day before internet and thing, I used to like read like atlases and encyclopedias just to get like knowledge, man. It's like,
we're not back in the day
right
now.
There. That's my thing right there, man. I know, but I'm just saying, dog. I know, I'm just saying. I used to like read.
I got something to show you. So I was clearing out my memory box last night. I'm going to show you something. I'll see if you can see it on there. You boys chat. I'll be back in 1 minute.
See, this is when Franco goes Franco, dog. This is when Franco goes Franco. Big up everybody on the live chat.
As long as he's not trying to show us his little Frankfurter, then it's all good. Come back with no trousers on. Better not be that little. Because remember, he said, I hope you can see it. He said, I hope you can see it. He gave us a clue.
I know, Dad.
Get ready, Peach, get ready. I'm going to just slowly look.
Okay,
Peach,
so yo, Titch. Who are we signing for strikers, dog? Because we don't need one, we need 2. We need 2, dog. I'm not gonna be happy with just one. Like, I'm hearing like Ings, okay. I'm hearing Origi, okay. Like, Yo, who are we signing, dog? We need to, like, who would you like? Would you like Origi? Would you like Origi?
You know who I'd like? He's just been released by Newcastle. Andy Carroll.
Oh, no, come on.
No chance. You know, no. You know what?
Yo,
Let me see this. I've championed this guy for about the last 2 or 3 years. Traore at West Ham. Traore would be my... if we're going to sign anyone like now and get a proper signing in, Traore, because that speed, that dribbling ability, if you can convert Antonio to striker, you can convert him into striker. Traore would be my number one signing because he's either a striker or a winger. Get him through the door. That would be me because I've been championing this guy for a long time.
Big up Trev Troop, and big up Andy Miles. You don't know. Traore would be my number one because, like, even when he came from Barcelona B team to Middlesbrough, like, I used to watch Middlesbrough just to watch him, dog. Like, I don't think he excelled as much as he thought he would do at Wolves, and I think David Moyes might be that man that could get in his head to, like, take him from here to there. Because obviously the man has skills. You're not going to get on the Barcelona team if you don't have skills, dog. He has skills. I'd love to see Traore come in. That would be my number. That would be my number one. And then Armstrong or Sima or Armstrong, dog. I wanted Tony from Brentford, but he's gonna cost too much now, anyway.
Yeah, because they got promoted, there's no chance he's leaving them.
That's it. And Loftus-Cheek. I want to see Loftus-Cheek and that left back from Fulham, Joe Bryan. He is Batman things, dog. He is good. He is good, man. Like, you don't care. He is good. I take him all day long. All day, because he's a step above Langelo. He's a step above, like, Johnson playing on the wrong side. He's even, like, in a different position. Like, he's a step above, like, Masuaku and Cresswell still. So,
you know what I think,
Joe Bryan still, man. Yo, I take him all day long.
I think that,
I think
that Adama Traore, one, a new lease of life would benefit him. Two, if he's playing in front of 60,000 fans at the London Stadium, I don't know what full capacity home stadium he's actually playing at, because at Barcelona he wasn't a player. Middlesbrough don't have that capacity. Wolves don't. So he would literally be joining a European team in Europe. 60,000 fans, which something that he's never experienced. I just think we would see a version of him that we've never even seen, and I mean even at his height, I think we would see a next level Adama Traore. That would be my first. 100.
They're talking about, like, how we're gonna have, like, the second, what was it, like, the first biggest ground capacity in London and the second in the Premier League. You bring Adama Traore there, like, you'll see scenes, man. You'll see scenes. And Andy Miles, hold on, let me just see this. Andy Miles is on the green line right now. Andy Miles is on the district line right now, dog. Andy Miles is on the district line, because homeboy was saying he's like right now Dagenham East, where my nan lives. Like, homeboy's on the green line. Andy Miles, big up the green line. How do you mean?
I totally agree with Trev, and I agree with you guys. I think that Traore, the only thing that concerns me about him is when you see him come on, he's so explosive and he's so good. But it begs the question, why does he not start every game? What do we not see?
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Because Wolves have many different attacking options, I think, man. That's why. Like,
what do you think?
I think if Moyes got a hold of him, he'd, like, put him more central like he did with Arnautovic and like he did with Antonio. I don't think and it's weird. Like, have you ever thought of this? Like, okay, so you get Arnautovic come in, and, like, he played, like, Moyes played him more central. And then you got Antonio, Moyes played him more central. But it's like, it's weird because, like, you've never seen Moyes kind of like say, okay, Yarmolenko, I'm going to play you more central. It's like he knows something that we don't. But like when he goes to play for Ukraine, homeboy's like Pele. Like it's madness, man. But I think Moyes will get in Traore's head, and like I think he'd be a good central attacking forward. Real talk.
Frankel, I think that well, I know as a coach and a manager, obviously, players can go stale, and sometimes they need a change. But I think where Wolves, the formation they played, he didn't really fit into it, and I think he was getting played out of position, and maybe that sort of mentally and maybe in training it sort of affected him. Where you're putting that guy as a wing back and stuff like that. I think that if he came to West Ham and West Ham said, look, you're going to be playing on the wing or striker, you understand, and basically that spot is yours, providing that you're playing at your peak. So we know that on his day he is more effective or he's going to cause more problems than someone like Bowen, who I really rate. But I'm saying, if Adama Traore is on fire, let's be honest, he's a better player than Bowen. So therefore, if he comes in and says, listen, you're playing on the right or centrally, that's it. Now, that spot is yours. Or, you understand, I just think that he just needs to have one or two positions locked down rather than right wing back, left wing. Like Wolves was playing them all over the place and bringing them on for 10 minutes and stuff like that. So I just think that if he had... if he was settled, I think we would see like literally a world beater.
I agree with you because
I wonder.
I
mean, look, I agree with everything you're saying, and I think he looks like to be a great player. But I just wonder if there's stuff that we don't see. Like, I wonder if his fitness is questionable, if his work ethic is questionable, if in training is questionable. He's not stayed at clubs for a long time. He's moved a lot, and he's not settled in. And so the question is he not settled because of his attitude? If that's the case, does he unsettle a really great squad? Like, we don't know, and I would personally take the risk on him. I would.
Me too.
But I do think that there is a question mark on why he never settles. And you've given very good reasons as to why it might be. But there could be more to it that we don't know, that we don't see. If I was Wolves, I definitely wouldn't want to let Traore go, knowing what we know about him as a player. So if they will let him go, I don't know, it begs the question, are there other reasons?
But in football, you have to balance things, and I don't mean the books. I'm saying, so let's say, for instance, Wolves, in their mind, they need a top-quality centre-back, and they need a top-quality defensive midfielder. Sometimes you have to sacrifice. Look, this guy's a quality player, but he doesn't quite fit into my plans or our system. So some teams sell players that we think, well, why are you selling him? But, they might need to build somewhere else. So, yeah, just because you're being sold, it doesn't mean that there's a problem somewhere. Not all the time.
But then also, it's not a position that we really desperately need strengthening.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You know what, Frankel? Because
Traore is he's like Antonio's
He's
twin,
another
dog.
Winger.
He's his twin, dog. He's played right back. He's played right wing back. He's played right midfield. He's played striker. That's Antonio.
We can't get Ben Rama into the team, and he's a winger.
That is Antonio's brother, dog.
Frankel, I know we're jumping to this conclusion, but if Moyes brought him in as a striker or a winger, that's sort of for us. The winger part of it is a bonus because you understand, like this guy, if he's got one man to beat, and that team wants to play a high line, he can just kick the ball and run, right? Now, if they want to play more deeper because Traore is in our front line, then that gives us more time to get up the pitch. So either way, he's going to cause teams a lot of problems just by being in the top three, like whether it's striker or one of the wingers. So he's kind of a two for one type of player. Do you understand? If Moyes would try and convert him as a striker.
Yo, what are we saying about Ryan Fredericks though? Because Wally World's in a
Morning,
place
Wally, as well.
to be right now, dog. What are we saying about Ryan Fredericks, dog? I'm backing him. I'm backing him. I'm
He's a good
backing
backup,
Ryan
and he's a
Fredericks,
good backup for
straight
Soufal.
up.
I don't rate him
No. Fredericks
as
is
a
like
Premier League
right wing
defender.
back. Fredericks is right wing back, and then Soufal is like right back, dog. How you mean?
Nah, they don't both need to be in the team. He's a good
Yes,
squad
they
player.
do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do,
No.
man. Yo,
No
yes,
chance.
they do, dog. Yes, they do, dog. I'm backing my man. How you mean, man? Number 27, dog. How
So
do you
Trev,
mean, dog?
John, you see this. So Trev's saying, can you see us getting both Traore and Pereira? And he's saying, I think it will be one or the other. Now, I would actually say, if we add Lingard into the mix, I think we could get two of the three.
Yeah.
But what worries me is that we've spent a lot of money on players like Bowen and Ben Rama, who are playing in a similar position to Traore. Will we really spend a lot of money on a position that we continue to spend a lot of money on? Is it really worth it? And I don't know.
I've just put a link in the comments, Andy, and anyone else that might want to join.
I'll answer your question. Franco. My homeboy. That's my boy right there, dog. But it's like, I thought Fredericks was 27. He's number 24. See, so like that's how much he's got missing. So like I got it like 5, 6, 7. I got it like 3 places out of order. But like, so you're saying like where we got to sign? It's not like where we got to sign. Like we've tried it them ways before, type things.
What are you saying? As far as wingers go?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that, like, I like the idea of Traore because we quite clearly, the most important position we need to strengthen is absolutely the striker. Because Antonio, lovely guy.
Yeah.
Andy.
Yo, what's happening? You alright?
Hey, Franco, do you know who else is a lovely guy?
Andy, your thing's making us, I think.
Oh, no.
I know.
Distorted.
I'm trying to bring him on still. He's a lovely guy still, but it's like,
yeah, this isn't working very well.
Monty's in the building, got his diaper on his chin. Yeah.
I'm just muting to see. I muted. See if it would like.
Is that better?
I'm gonna let him try it.
Franco, honestly, I hear what you're saying. Straight up.
Oh, that's jacked up.
No.
The whole string.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened? It sounds like fart.
Yeah, oh my God.
Well, Andy just single-handedly ruined our stream.
Hold on, you know what? Yo, let's like end it and then restart it, dog. Because like this is bollocks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yo, Tits, talk?
Oh man. Huh?
Yeah, you talk.
No. Can't hear you. It's all crackly, man.
It's not me, dog.
I guess this is the end. It's WeStHaM RaNdoM.
No, you lot. One sec. I need to go to the door.
It's not me, dog. This homeboy just muted me, and I was still fine, dog. Straight up. Fine like red wine.
Hello? Come in.
It was Franco. It was class Franco, dog. Homeboy left, and then it went better, dog. How do you mean? Andy, come back on, dog. It was Franco, dog. How do you mean? Yo.
Send it on that box.
I tried to leave.
That was Fuzzy again. Fuzzy Franco. Fuzzy Franco.
All right. Well, boys, I guess it's the end of me. So, later.
Franco, I love you, homeboy. I love you, man. Yo, Margie, come back on that. Come back on. The people need to hear the people's champion straight up, man. And you're the people's champion. How do you mean, man? Force the land.
What,
How
the
do you
score?
mean, man? Straight up. Yo, I wish Duke and like Gaethje could get up in the mix still, you know. But, yo, who do we got up in the thing? Yo, Trev Tube's up in there. Wally World. Don't know, man. Yo, Wally World, step on, dog. Like, yo, have a chat, dog. How you mean?
Oh,
Hold
that's
on,
fine.
Adam Franco, don't know what happened, but that was fun. Yo, I love Franco, man. He's wicked, man. He's wicked, man. But yo,
So how come this working now?
come again?
How comes the crackling and all that's gone?
Because Franco left. That was because he said he had to ship Wi-Fi, didn't he? That was him.
Ah, so it wasn't Andy.
No, it wasn't Andy. That's what I'm saying. Andy, come back on, dog. Like, yo, St. George Cap and all, dog. Come back on, dog. I sent a thing to young JAK to the E, but he's probably having a lion still, man. He's on vacation in Clacton.
Hey,
Is
you
it
know what I'm
Clacton
gonna do,
on
Peach?
sea or
What I'm
Clacton
gonna
by sea?
Honestly, I think.
Like, what is it? Clacton on sea or
Peach.
Clacton by sea? Yo, go on.
Right, I'm gonna pose a question to people that are in the chat just so they can get involved. Yeah?
Go on. Yeah.
Okay, wait, let me just
Big up
this is
Simon.
very random.
Big up Simon. Simon! How do you mean? Go on. Yo, pose the question, dog. I want to hear this, man. Simon, not the pie, man. How we rockin', man? We rhymin'. This is how we vibe, man. Don't know. What's the question, dog? I'm waiting. It's like Jeopardy. It's like do. Like I'm waiting, dog. What's the question, dog?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, big up. Big up. Yo, little tits. Big up, little tits. How you mean?
There we go.
Wally World, I'm still in bed. It's too early here. It's too early here, dog. But I get up for these things, dog, because it's like WeStHaM, man. Straight up. I wake up at like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning, dog, just to like get on 2 WeStHaM things, man. That's how much I love this club, dog. Like, yo, straight up. You too.
Right.
I know you love it too. Straight up. Mr. Number 24. I get you, dog. I get you, man. 100, man. 100, man. How you mean, man?
Right, here we go. Can you read the question, Peach?
All right, I'll read the question. The question is, name 3 players that you would love WeStHaM to sign tomorrow. Be realistic.
Yeah. So no Messi, no Ronaldo, no Haaland.
I want to hear it from like the man them here still, and then I'll tell you mine. You tell me yours, but I want to hear it from the man them still. Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
I don't know if Gary was singing the Antonio song where he said he wants 3 Antonios signed.
What, come again?
Because look, Gary's, I don't know if he's talking about the Antonio song or does he want 3 Antonios signed tomorrow? Because look what he's put.
Yo, Antonio. And trust me, ask Titch, you don't know. Trust me, man. But yo, no, big up Antonio, man. That's my favorite player for WeStHaM just now, dog. Like,
Right, Wally World, Trev Tube, Simon, Gary. Give me your 3. Ah, there we go. Thank you, Trev.
oh,
Trev
big
says,
up Trev, man. Trev comes through always, dog.
Peach, what do you think about Trev's selection? It's on the screen.
Agree, and agree. Yeah.
So no Troy for you.
Clement Leglet in it too. I put Clement Leglet in it too. But agree. That's a good shot, Trev. Like, you got no, but he put Leglet in it. I'm sorry, my brethren. Like Leglet would offer us like covered for like Cresswell, Langelo, Ben Johnson playing on the wrong side, Masuaku thing. Most definitely, Pereira would offer us a fresh new taste of something that
creativity.
Lingard offered. Like, yo, you saw what Lingard offered us, which was dope. But it's like, yo, Pereira is younger. He might have more hunger, and like you might see, like you saw what Moyes did with Lingard. He might have a double effect on a man like Pereira, straight up. And his last man was Holsack. Yes, that's
Yeah.
that's the future. That's the striker. That's 100% agreed. 100%. That's a good shout, champ. That's exactly what I'd say. 100.
All right, Pete. You know you were just rapping and you didn't even realize.
This guy.
You know what you said? You know what you said? You said I go with Pereira, not Lingard, because he's younger. He might have more hunger. Leave the defenders in a slumber.
Yo, don't even try it, dog. I didn't even try it, dog. Just comes up, man. Yo, Gaza, Peaches, back in the alleyway. No, I'm not in the alleyway, dog. Trust me, those are late night time things, dog. Yo, take your girl up on the alleyway. Trust me. Yo, those are late night time things. This is
What
like
about Wally?
yo, it can still work though. Early morning things can still work, still. But
Peach, what are you saying for Wally World? Wally World selection.
Okay, yeah, see, flipping hell, Wally, yo, Mr. Fletch, man, Mr. Fletch, what are you dealing with? He makes sense, dog. Like Slick, Pereira, and the left back, I think would be that boy there from the Barcelona. Like real talk, like yeah, yeah. Yup. I like the different striker was like Slick compared to who was it? Slick compared to well no Chev didn't really name a striker. It was like more Pereira. But it's like no Hoslek. He did name a striker, my bad. He did name a striker, Hoslek. So it's like, yeah. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, Hoslek, Bum, Slick. No, let's get them all. Let's get them all, man. Let's go Sullivan and Brady, like, dip into their pockets to get them all. Like, we're in Europa, man. Like, we're...
This better not be true. Read the screen, Peach. That better not be true.
What's that? I just heard on Talk Sport, Liverpool interested in Jared Bowen. No, not a chance. 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 He ain't going nowhere. He's loving life at West Ham right now, man. Same as Declan Rice. He's loving life at West Ham right now. Same as Jesse Lingard. Like, I know we're hearing all these, like, words, like, you know, like, Ali Gunnar Solskjaer coming out the other day saying, like, oh, Jesse Lingard, we got time for him, this, that, and the third. How's he going to get into the squad when he got to compete with, like, Sancho, Fred, Pogba, all the man them? Like, there's not a chance Homeboy's going to be a small fish in a big pond. He comes to West Ham. He's the biggest fish in a small pond, dog. Real things, man. Like, it's... And he knows that. Why do you think he went to the match at some Costa thing or some like pub thing, and Homeboy's wearing Rice's shirt with a parrot on his shoulder? Like, he's dedicated to West Ham. I don't. Solskjaer's just playing games to try to up his value, man. Straight up.
Does
That's
anybody?
what I think, anyway. That's my opinion.
You know, if you've noticed, the two people that have commented, they haven't put Lingard in there as the three that they would bring in tomorrow, though.
I know, but because you know why, Titch? Because Lingard's like, it's gonna happen. So that's why people ain't putting him in it. Because like, Lingard's already a done deal. I think, on my behalf, I think Lingard's already a done deal. Like, he's already coming home. Like,
all right,
Hey,
let's just say that.
Europe Cup didn't come home, but Lingard's coming home, dog.
All right,
Straight up.
Peach.
I know he's a knack like 2-2, but homeboy's coming through.
So Peach,
Yo,
let's say Lingard at this minute in time it's not happening. So he's included in this. Well, who would be your 3 players that you would sign and bring in tomorrow? It doesn't seem to work.
you know what?
Okay.
You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
It's difficult because it's difficult because I agree with Slick and I agree with Pereira.
And Jose, you like?
Hold on. And Traore, no brainer. So my 3 will be Traore. That Leglet, whatever his name is,
Lenglet.
left. Yes, thank you. I got to pick one of the 3 though, because I'm gonna go Areola as well, and I'm gonna go.
Only 3, my friend.
No, I can't, no dog. I can't, no.
Listen, we might make other signings, but I'm saying like tomorrow. No, hey Peach.
What?
I'm not saying we're not going to sign more, but I'm saying if we could get 3 guaranteed ones through the door tomorrow, who would your 3 be as a priority?
Okay, Traore for sure. That would be number 1. Traore. Shit, you know what? I'm gonna go on a blast. Traore, Lingard, and Pereira. Yeah, that would be my 3. Because I think we're fine, in goalkeeping, standards. I don't think that's going to be an issue this season. It will be next season. Left back, let the youngsters step up. Yeah, Traore, Pereira, and Lingard. I'm going
as your priority.
Full attack.
As your priority, yeah?
Yeah, man. What's yours?
I would go... Right, I'm just off the top of my head, really. I would definitely Traore. And like I said earlier, that kind of covers us in my thought process as the strikers. So I wouldn't go for the Shik's running because I'm saying Traore. I would go for Pereira because potentially he's going to be a lot cheaper than Lingard. And like 2 people said, Wally and Gary, I think, the Lingard thing, he's not making it apparent. This is I don't use social media, but I haven't seen him come out and sort of, make it known that he wants to come to West Ham. So I'd go Pereira.
I know, but I think hold on. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I think that's a gentleman quality of Lingard, not going jibber jabbing, you be yapping.
But he can leave some Scooby Doos for us.
Hopefully, hopefully that's it because you saw what the Payets can do and the Arnautovic's can do, and you seen that, and you seen a soft that Tevez was for Man City when you refused to go on the pitch and thing, and it's maybe that's a gentleman stance for the man. No, but I'm just saying. Hopefully that's
I'm laughing at Gary's comment.
What do you
Read that. Can you see?
Gary, good
on the screen.
In his die-hard vest. Boom. Boom. Oh, Toby's in the building. What? Toby's in the building, dog. Yo, you got a live stream when you got all the man them there and you got Toby up in the building, dog. How do you mean, man? Big up my G, man. Toby in the place to be, man. How do you mean, man? Big up yourself, dog. Yo, so Toby, let me ask you this. Who are your 3 transfers if you could get them tomorrow? Who would they be? I'm going with Lingard, and I'm going with, who's the next one? Pereira. That's my 3. Who are your 3, dog? Who are your 3? Man up. Let me know.
You didn't even let me finish.
I know, I apologize.
So before Toby replies, I will go priority signings, Traore, Pereira, and Areola. That's my 3 priority for tomorrow. Bring them in.
Yo, Areola is so dope. He's is it honestly, Titch, Areola is a coup. because like that's Paris Saint-Germain's like man, and like he I think honestly I respect Scott Parker. I think he's done a good job. I know he got relegated, but I think he's done a good job. And like I think his team was full of players that wanted to play for him. I'm talking off this cheek. I'm talking Lookman. I'm talking Areola. Like they wanted. What's your thoughts about Lookman? Would you take him? Like after the penalty that he like kind of skived against us, would you take him or
Nah,
no?
not for that reason. He's just not needed. He's definitely not needed.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I just wanted to know your opinion. I agree with you though. I agree with you. He's like a Danny Welbeck in disguise, dog.
Thank you, Simon. Great stream. It's better for now that Frankel's not here.
No, but it's not Frankel, dog. It's Frankfurter. How you mean?
I just posted something, but why is it not on there?
Oh, it's
Listen.
so close. Yo, we played Reading today. I don't think it's on any streams or not because I seen Gonzo's thing, and he was saying like he don't think it's gonna be on any streams. I seen WeStHaM Fan TV, Nikki talking about the takeover thing. Who else? Somebody else was on too, dog. It wasn't JP. It wasn't Banklander. It was WeStHaM Fan TV. It was Hammer's Chat, and there was the next one still. I forget who it was, but there was the next one still, and they were basically like, yo, hopefully the Reading stream gets like broadcast, but I don't know. What team do you think like Moyes will put out today? Like, do you think he'll be getting closer to like picking his first team like in these games? Like, I know it's just for fitness and all that, but like, what do you think?
You know what? To be honest with you, Peach, all this preseason friendlies and all that, I don't pay no mind to it. Like, it doesn't interest me. Yeah. So
well, when we got Evan Grant, it's like we won all the preseasons, but then we got relegated. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't look into them. It's just like
they mean nothing, literally. The only thing that would concern me is if someone gets injured. But yeah, they don't mean anything. So I don't really. I might check the score at the end of it, but I don't. Yeah, nothing to me.
No, word up, man. Word up. I still like.
Right.
It's getting close though, man. I'm getting excited. It's like, yo, Claret and Blue fever is in the air, dog. How do you mean? Big up, Ham has fever still, but it's like, yo, Claret and Blue fever is in the air, dog. How do you mean, man? It's like, yo, I think we're gonna win the league. I really think we're gonna win the league this year.
Pete,
I do.
What have you been smoking, my friend?
Win the league, dog.
What?
Straight up. I think we're gonna win the league. I think we're gonna do a Leicester on Mother Duckers, man. Straight up.
Listen, Peach, when Leicester done it, there was an unknown quantity and they weren't in Europe. We got Europe. We better just hope that we are okay in the league. You understand? Like we need. That's why we need players in. We need players in.
Yeah, we do. We do. And you know what? You know how you said, like, because I listen to everything. I know I talk a bunch of punch, but like, you know what? I listen to everything you say, and like what you were saying about like the three signings that we need to get. We need more than that, dog. I think we need like 6 or 7 signings, honestly. But like, if you put them into loans and then buys and then loans and then buys, I think we might get by. Like, real things. Like, if we could get Areola on loan, that would be perfect. If we could get that Barcelona cat on loan, that would be perfect. Then you could spend money on Pereira. You could spend money on Lingard. You could spend money on Traore. And then I think the young signings that we've accomplished have been brilliant. They're not your Cardoses. Like, they're not your Cardoses. Like,
Wally,
they're not Cardoses, dog. They're like real gang things.
Look at
Who's
this.
that?
It's Wally.
Oh
Hey,
my days. My
How
man
you
is
doing,
in the
Wally?
building, Mr. Number
good.
24. How you mean we
Yeah.
rock and roll, man? See, sure, don't know, dog. How you mean?
How you doing,
What's
Wally?
up? Good,
Big
good.
up
It's
yourself,
early
my
here.
D. Big up
I'm drink.
yourself, my D.
I'm drinking my coffee here.
What
So,
country? Where
U.S.
are you based, Wally? I thought
Right outside of
you know what? The
Philadelphia.
Pennsylvania,
name.
ain't
I
it?
just thought you was. I thought you was UK. I don't know why.
No, it's
No,
The
no.
internet is a
Pennsylvania or
wonderful place.
Pittsburgh or something, dog.
Yeah. It's
Um,
like
Where
6
is
in
it?
the morning.
What is
is
it?
that the time?
Pennsylvania, Wally?
What'd you say?
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania. Yeah, right outside Philadelphia.
Yo, do I know
So
my two things? Do I know my two things,
you
dog?
do.
How you mean? My G, dog. My G,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
Wally, have you joined the stream before?
I don't know if I might have joined one of yours, maybe.
No, I'm just saying
I remember.
it's a privilege. I haven't seen you before.
Oh,
Oh no,
oh,
no,
Yeah.
homeboy is the biz. Like we don't say business, we say biz. Homeboy is the biz, dog. And like I got to like, I was like lucky enough to like go on the stream with American Hammer Fan TV with like, Charlie Boy and Wally. And it was dope, man. We went to the alleyway, didn't we, Wally? We went
yeah,
to the
the alley.
alleyway, dog.
That's
Trust
right.
me.
We visited the infamous alley. I mean, that was awesome. That was epic. It was epic. That was an epic
I
one.
love it, man. So, yo, your three signings, like, quality, man, quality,
Yeah. I
straight up.
I just don't know who a left back would be, but we need a left back, I think, for sure.
Yeah. Who is the?
Go on.
Oh, all right. He's gone now anyway. But I'm saying, remember on Gatesy's show when I picked you are the manager. I picked Ryan Bertrand as a free signing.
Why
But
not?
let's have signing now. So prove that clearly you understand. He's still got a lot to offer. But yeah. So now I don't know who I could think of as a quality left back.
I do, and he plays for Fulham, dog, and his name is Joe Bryant, and
Yeah, but what?
he's good,
Someone
left back. He's good, man. Joe
someone in the
Bryant,
comments.
left back. He is good. Bryan.
Yeah,
Joe Bryant.
yeah.
He is
But
dope.
someone in the comments said that Anthony Robertson at Fulham is a better left back than Joe Bryant or Bryant, whatever his name is.
Who said what?
Someone in the comments said that Anthony Robertson of Fulham is a better left back than Joe Bryant or Joe
Okay,
Bryant.
then bring him on. Bring him on. I just think Joe Bryant. Bring him on. Bring both of them on. Straight up.
Trev Tube, I'm loving Peach's energy.
I always got that energy, dog. Like, it's WeStHaM, man. How you mean, man? Like, honestly, WeStHaM is my life, man. How do you mean, man? But
Wally.
Go on, Tits.
Wally, I've just done a little bit of self-promotion in the screen. Did you watch my penalty shootout video? Because I know you're subscribed on Hammers Fans United.
The recent, is it recent?
Yeah, the last video, just before the Euros final, the penalty shootout.
It's really good, Wally. It's really good.
I don't think
really
I've seen
good.
it. I'll have to check it out. I love the one you did that you pointed to me earlier. That was epic.
Was that the Grealish? The Grealish.
Yeah,
one.
the Grealish.
Wally, the video that he has out, like, just recent, it's like him with like some other supporters and they're taking penalty kicks and he has like drones in the sky and it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I'll check it out.
Love it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we've done some commentary over it just to make it, a bit of fun element. So there's some comedy type commentary on there as well. So yeah, I think you like it. But vision.
Big up Freshie, man. How do you mean?
I will definitely check that out.
Yeah, I think it was a good overall good video. The audio on the commentary is not great, but I couldn't do much with it because of the editing.
No, you're playing yourself down. The video is bomb, kids. Honestly, you're playing yourself down. The video is bomb. Like it's like a Wally. It's like a match day. Like they go like out from the dressing room, like onto the pitch, like tapping the thing, and like they take penalties, and like I don't know about Titch's penalties still, like I think it was set up, but like no, it's dope though. You love it, man. Honestly,
I'll check it out.
It's good. It's good
you know
viewing,
what?
man.
This is a good question. Sorry, I can't. I'm putting these questions up or suggestions, but this one here.
What's up?
I have a question for the three hosts. What made you support West Ham? Mine, there's no great story behind mine. So I'll tell you. I'm from South London, like nowhere near West Ham. I grew up, and on the little estate I grew up on, literally the playing fields that are attached to the estate, Wimbledon that was their training ground, their actual Wimbledon before AFC Wimbledon. When I was about 2, I think my eldest brother, I don't know why, but he just basically said to me, look, West Ham. And it just stuck with me. So there's no story. And
that's wicked.
Yeah,
that's
so
wicked.
basically my brother, big brother. And then when I went to primary school, everybody was Chelsea or Liverpool. And I'm very strong-minded. So once that was my team, and Chelsea's, and that's it. They could, so everyone say, West Ham is rubbish. All of that, they could never sway me. And I see a lot of people changing team, but once that's my team, that's my team. So yeah, that's me anyway. There's no story.
That made you like them more. Like with Man saying like, oh, they're rubbish, they're this, they're that. You're like, no, they're not. No. That made you like them more. Why do you support West Ham, dog?
Oh well. So I've told this story a few times on our channel, The American Hammers. I've told it, but anyway, I go back all the way to 1970 when I was 10 years old.
I remember this. Yeah. Hold on. I'm interrupting you, dog. I am interrupting you, dog, because your father was in Germany, and then he went to London, and then you went to school there.
Yep.
And then you moved and whatever, and you supported West Ham, and people gave you stick for it, but you stuck by it.
Yes.
Am I right?
Just like you, Chich. I stuck by. Okay, that's right.
That's good, man.
I mean, we went from the U.S. I'm American, and overseas, and we ended up in London for a year, and I went to there's an American school there, still there, I believe, and I was, like 10 years old, and every kid, was like, oh, you got to pick a soccer team, you got to pick a football team.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know anything, I'd heard some of the big teams, and they were like, oh, there's these big teams, and I'm always like a little contrary, So
yeah.
So one of the kids said, well, I was like, what other teams are there? And one of them said, well, there's this team where the guys from this team won the last World Cup, which was 1966. And I said, that sounds like the team for me. So I became West Ham from that point on. And then we moved to Coventry for 6 years, and I went to an English school there. And all the kids there were Coventry City, right? Well, I just said, well, I'm West Ham, because I'm stubborn and I'm not going to switch or anything. And boy, they would give me so much stick. They would sing Bubbles at me, and I was so clueless that I didn't realize Bubbles was the song for West Ham. I thought they were just taking, because they had a different wording, and I just thought they were taking the piss out of me because I was West Ham. I come to learn later that Bubbles is actually the official song. I couldn't believe that, like a fight song. Because like from America, like all the teams are like fight, rah, 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 and there's this like Bubbles song, and so I couldn't believe it. It was like the fight song. But anyway,
that's dope.
Yeah, that's sort of in short. So ever since I've, kind of followed West Ham a little. Not that you could follow it in the U.S. back before the internet, but if I picked up a paper and I saw like West Ham, oh, they're in, 12th place or something. They're in the second division, oh, they're back or something. But anyway, then with the internet, then you could pick it up and follow it really easy, which has been great. It's been great fun. I mean, awesome.
100, man.
Can I just say something, Wally? I respect someone like you that, you was here and And the fact that you're American, I know that, you know, Man United and Chelsea, they're big in America. So you could have got to a certain age and say, you know what, because I'm not a full-fledged fan going to the game, I'm going to go Man United. You understand? But you stuck with West Ham, you understand? And I think, that's the beauty of West Ham, is once you're West Ham, you're West Ham.
Yeah.
That's a good... all right, Simon, thanks for your comment. And he said he likes... What do you say? Who's this? Jake. Simon says... Sorry, always enjoy hearing how big of a West... Simon, how did you become a West Ham fan?
Yeah, Simon.
Come again?
That's it.
Yeah, no, that's dope.
Simon, how did you? And Peach, let's hear your story, my friend.
Oh, my father, Doc. My father and all my family, man. How do you mean? My father used to be drinking it like the cherry tree on RaNdoM Road, man. And like, one of his brethren, Tony Smith. Tony Smith, his father, used to come in and just be like, "Boy, you want to go? You want to go see the Hammers?" Like, and it was like, it was just, it's in the family, man. Like, it's in the family, straight up. That's I didn't have no other option. It's in the family. Real talk.
That's good. Peach, look at your phone screen.
Come again?
Look who's here.
Look at your screen.
I can't hear you.
Look at your screen.
I can't. No. See, no. What are you dealing with? What are you dealing with, dog? Like, yo, man up in the building, dog. Yo,
Hello, Peach.
J-A-K to the E. My G, how you mean? How you I can understand my Steve? Box.
Hey, Peach.
Hello, Peach. I hope well, I'm currently in Wetherspoons. I've no idea whether you can hear me or not, but I just thought I'd pop in and say hello. Hi, Wally. Hi, Tetch.
Hey, Jake. Great to see you.
Jakey boy, my G, man. What are you saying, dog?
Look at. So, Toby's response was, or answer is, he got taken to Upton Park when he was 5, and that's all it took.
That's a great, I can imagine Upton. I never got to go to Upton Park. I haven't even been to the London Stadium. The only time I saw West Ham was in North Carolina. I flew down to North Carolina.
Wally, let me show you. Upton Park was heaven. Like, you walk down, like, you go in, like, the side entrance to the chicken run, right? And it's like, it was heaven, man. It's like, you go down the stairs, and it was all claret and blue everywhere. Like, even in the toilets, like, it was madness. Like, yo, Upton Park was so dope, man. Like, oh my days, like, yo, you would have loved it. You would have loved it, man, straight up.
Oh yeah. I mean, I bet the atmosphere. I mean, something we don't get in American sports is really the atmosphere of the almost, just really, the support is so strong. You don't really get that in American sports because, honestly, the crowds are more. The opposing fans are, dispersed among the different parts of the stadium. But as I see it,
carry on, sorry.
Yeah, in English football, I mean, the away fans have a section, and then the rest of the stadium, and there's a lot of banter that gets going between them. You don't get that here, so I would just love to experience that. I would love to experience it.
You do get that, like in like NFL. You know what I mean? You do get that in NBA. Like,
I don't think it's as strong.
No, it's not as strong, but there's still that passion. You know what I mean? Like, honest, like you do get that, like because you're Pennsylvania. Do you support like the Steelers?
No. Okay, so I'm from Detroit originally, so just like I support West Ham loyally for 50 years, I grew up supporting the Detroit team, so I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
So you're on some like my favorite running back ever in the world besides Walter Payton. Yes. You know who I'm gonna say. You know who I'm gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say, and that's my best and favorite like running back ever in the world, Mr. Barry Sanders, man.
Oh, I
Like
know.
homeboy is like, yo, you can't touch him, dog.
You
Like
literally
not
can't
you
touch him.
personally, but
Yeah.
like nobody could touch him, dog.
Nope.
Like he was so dope,
Oh my God.
so dope.
Amazing. Yep. Barry
Oh,
Sanders. Yep.
what a man, and what a man, and then
That's like the peak of, Detroit Lions was the Barry Sanders period. We have not been to like a we haven't been to the playoffs in years. So I'm used to supporting West Ham and Detroit Lions are very similar in that, the level of top success really hasn't been there. So this year I'm really appreciating and really enjoying the West Ham experience going into Europe and stuff like that. It reminds me of the Barry Sanders era in the 90s of the Detroit Lions. So I'm just really enjoying it, and I'm quite happy. I don't need to win the league like Peach says we're going to win the league. I mean, that would be awesome, but I'm quite happy, ecstatic with a sixth place and a Europe spot.
Yeah, man,
I'm
definitely,
just so happy.
Exactly.
I love it.
And I think as West Ham fans, when things like this happen, we appreciate it a lot more than United maybe winning the league, because they're used to that. Like for us, I think sometimes that's the beauty. I believe. I mean, like in theory, you think, you want your team to, but then when you think about it, you just get used to that and you take things for granted. So when just making Europa League, we are ecstatic. It's a big thing. So I mean, you can't only one team can win the league, and like I said, these clubs have got a foundation. They have the financial backing that they're always going to be up there. So West Ham have done, I think, fantastic this season, man. Like,
it's been great.
Well.
I love it. It's been something to treasure, and it's just like, if my Lions were to get in the playoffs, I would be overjoyed. So
exactly, yeah.
And in this, it's funny, like when we'll go to bars, different bars, and I go to New Orleans quite often because my wife is from there. And there's a bar, we go to Finn McCool's in New Orleans, and that particular bar has, fans from all the Premier League teams there. So when we were playing Liverpool this past, I think in the wintertime I was there, and they expect to win, and there's, if we get a goal against Liverpool, we're like ecstatic and just enjoying. They're like all stressed out because they have to win, and they're not even happy. Even if they get the win, they're not even happy if their team hasn't, just
it wasn't
crushed.
Convincing.
Yeah. So I love our experience better.
I don't know. Look, Robert Singleton has said, "Nice to see you, Wally."
Yeah, cheers, Robert. Great.
While you're here, Wally, basically, I came up with a concept, I think in December, which I put out originally on because I do football coaching for kids, so we've got a separate channel.
Awesome.
So basically, I'm going to, when the season starts, I'm going to bring that concept to my Hammers Fans United in a StreamYard format, and then I'll probably download the video, do a little bit of editing, then upload. Anyway, the format is called One from Each Team. What you would do, and this is why we need to wait for the season to start, because you basically need to know, like who's Watford's best player. Now, you pick one player from each Premier League squad, so that's 9 substitutes, and obviously the only stipulation is that you would put a substitute goalie on that bench, right?
Okay.
So when you think about it, it's very, very hard to, compile your team, because, for instance, when Liverpool won the league, you would want Van Dijk, you would want Alisson, you'd want Trent. You can only have one, so you have to have a compromise. So this is like I said, when the season starts, I'm gonna do that, probably one guest a week. So I'm asking you, like, would you be up for that when at some point when the season starts?
Sure. I mean, I'll give it a go. I have to warn you, my knowledge, particularly about all the Premier League teams, is not that good. But I'd love to give it a go. That would be fun. Yeah. I know who my West Ham would be.
Declan Rice. Is it
Rice? No.
Oh, don't tell me. Actually, don't tell me.
I won't tell you. But it'll be obvious to some people who know me. So anyway.
Oh, okay. And also, people in the chat. The whole point of this is I wanted to always get guests on the show, and I'm not necessarily looking at other channels and me trying to grow it's about just getting regular people that don't have a YouTube channel onto my show. Do you understand? Like, that was the main. Yeah, now and again, of course, you're going to get other channels on, but that's not my motive. My motive is just to get people like yourself onto the channel, and you give me your one from each team. So
well, I love that because I particularly love the stories, just like you've asked, like how people began supporting West Ham, because it's really fascinating to me, particularly in the U.S., because nobody really knows about West Ham here.
Exactly. Yeah.
And to hear people come up with these stories, like there was one guy who he woke up and he was in college and his roommate had turned on like Premier League soccer because it's in the morning here, and he was hungover, deadly hungover, and he's just kind of like watching the TV out of one eye. And there were two teams playing, and he just said to himself in his mind, whichever team won that match, he was going to support. And it happened to be West Ham. And, it's just stories like that, hilarious. And anyway.
Because that is very, very random. Because like you said, you're in the US.
Yeah.
You just so happen to be half asleep watching a game. And, so there's always
Over here, it's too easy to support, Liverpool or Man City or Man United. That's too easy. But to hear the stories of these other teams, it's great. I love it.
Robert, in saying that, it's nice to get other people's opinion. That's my whole point of the one from each team, because everybody's 20-man squad is going to be different. Do you understand? So, Robert, like I said, I want guests like yourself onto that show when the season starts. So yeah, like I said, no one's team is going to be the same, like, because you understand, it's like, do you compromise? Do you go for a lesser goalkeeper because you understand? So like, if you go for the top goalie, your Edisons or your Allisons, that means you can't have De Bruyne, you can't have Van Dijk. So it's very much a balancing act. So
that's a cool idea. I like that. That's clever.
And so that will be coming soon on Hammers Fans United. Like I said, I don't really self-promote. I'm on here, trying to help this channel grow. But I do have a channel, so like anytime I can.
Well, I'm gonna check out your penalty. I'm gonna check out your penalty shot video. I got to check that out right after this.
You know what? I think you'll like it because a lot of thought went into how I'm gonna film it. Then the penalties part was fairly easy. You just take penalties. And then I had to watch it and create a storyline to add some sort of humorous commentary with a co-commentator. So it's a good video. It is a good video. And because I hadn't put out a video for about 2 months, I thought, let me come back with, something different and entertaining, which I feel it is. I think you'll like it, man.
I'm going to check it out, and I'll let you know.
Yeah. Right, Peach is not here, and I've got stuff to do. So I'm going to end this, but I would like to say, Wally, I'm thankful and glad that you came on, and I can put a face to a name. Like I said, I thought you was in the UK. I just thought you was in the UK. That's an assumption. Everybody in the chat, I know some of you have left, but thanks for your input. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll say it one more time. I do have my own channel, which is Hammers Fans United. Just check it out and see what you think. And we'll be back on soon. And Wally, I can't wait to get you on one from each team. But like I said, I'm just going to wait for the season to start so that Norwich, Watford, and the other promoted team, you kind of know, he's their best player. I'm going to put him in my one. You understand? Right. But yeah, it's nice to see you, man. And I hope to see you again soon. And thanks for coming on.
My pleasure.
And yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm going to end the broadcast. Wally, right. My pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you, man. Seriously.
Good fun.
See you later, everybody. And yeah, Robert, nice for your comments. He's put the same thing, Robert. Wally, he said exactly my fault putting his face to a name. So yeah, I think other people is glad to see you on as well.
Well, you're getting my early morning. It's early morning here, so
I can hear the birds.
Yeah.
This was it was a good stream. It was random, and we spoke about various stuff, and yeah, I think it was definitely I enjoyed it. Sometimes, you know, you're sitting on the stream, like, I enjoyed today's stream.
It's fun.
So yeah, Wally, we'll see each other again, and everybody's here. Thanks again. I'm going to end this now. See you later, Wally.
All right, bye-bye.
Nice one.